Okay, hi everyone. Welcome back to the channel. And today we are going to talk something about called LLMs. So LLM is a term that you guys must be hearing for the past couple of years, and it's an exhaustive term. Almost everybody is using it. Everybody is asking their superiors or their juniors to use LLMs for research purposes or to make things easy for them. So what is it? So an LLM is a large language model. It's like a machine where you have fed that machine a lot of data, so it knows, it behaves like a human, it behaves like a memory management system, right? So one of 2 years back, OpenAI released something called ChatGPT, which use these LLMs. Okay, so if you're not new to machine learning or AI or things like that, so like things have been in progress for quite some time, and it's 2 years back OpenAI publicly released their model ChatGPT, which is like a live example what you can do with it. So yeah, so today we are going to explore two such tools. One is ChatGPT, and second we'll talk about something called EduArena. So let's start with ChatGPT. So this is a simple link, so if you just click on it, it will open it for you, and this is how the ChatGPT looks like. So there is a it looks like a bot, so you can ask something like hi, and yeah. So right now I have opened a free version. So if you are in India, if you are based out of India, so I think with Geo, OpenAI made a partnership, and it is like free for 1 year. There are different subscription levels for it, if you see. So free, Go, Plus, Pro. So this Go, it is free for 12 months, and for Plus and Pro there's a certain amount that you need to pay. Okay, so you can go with any, and if you are using it for the business purposes, there is more. Okay, so with the free, these things you get, and similarly the features gets upgraded with every pricing model. Okay, so in short, this is how it looks. Here there is an option to open a new chat. There is something called search. So for example, you have like hundreds of chats open and you don't know which particular chat you talked something about, so you can do the search. There's a library. So there's a library, and there's Atlas. So this is something which has been released very recently. So it's a browser similar to we have like Chrome or a UC browser or Microsoft Edge. So ChatGPT released their own browsers. I'll create a detailed video on it, how you can work with it, but it's pretty much simple. But you just need to sync it with your OpenAI account. Okay, so it's a pretty good thing if you want to explore Atlas. Yeah. Okay, next, there is a project directory. So you can also structure your work. If you can create like multiple projects. And for example, here I create something like, let's say, Python fundamentals, something like that. So if I click like this, so in projects it will show me this folder. Okay, so basically how you can structure your things, right? This is how you can do that. Okay, second is for example, if you want to share your chat with somebody, so this is how you can share it. Okay, if you want to share it on LinkedIn or Reddit or X, this is how you can share it. Basically you can make your chat with the ChatGPT public, because sometimes it happens that while maybe on researching on a topic, you come across something very good or something very funny, fascinating, you want to share it with the world, or you want to share it with few people, so you can like maybe share it using these public platforms, or you can share using the email. Okay, so this is one option. Next, there is one more option, which is, yeah, there's one more option, which is to add people. So sometimes what happens, while let's for example you are researching for a project for example, and while working with ChatGPT you come across something very interesting, but you do not have how to take the conversation forward. So you can use this feature to add like multiple people to the group chat, and they can contribute to the conversation. Okay, I think pretty much it. Or you can do archive, you can also report, and you can delete your conversation. One thing I want to talk is something called personalization. So if you see here, these are very basic general things, notification. One thing I want to talk about is personalization. So you can also set the style and the tone of your conversation. So for example, you want the ChatGPT to treat you as a student or treat you as a child, you can give those instructions here. Okay, or if what you want ChatGPT to call you, something like that. Okay, to make it more personalized, to give it a bit more context. Okay, second thing, we have something called memory. So it create memories. So for example, in this particular thread you talked about, let's say something called machine learning, and in some other chat you're talking about something called maybe NLP or things like that, and you want to recall something from your previous uh, thread or chat. So you can do that. So where this memory feature comes into place. Okay, so let ChatGPT save and use memories when responding. You can also enable it or disable it, and there are some advanced also. If you want to enable web search or let it code or canvas, voice, advanced voice and connected search. Okay, so these are very good features that they have introduced. Next we have like apps and connectors. So if you want to add these apps to your ChatGPT so they can integrate with it, so you can also do it. It's a very advanced feature. I think you might not have those in the free version. Then we also have a developer mode. So if you want to do some backend with it, you can do it. Next we have something called data control. So okay, so you can also have the control on the data that you share with ChatGPT. Okay, so if you see this option, improve the model for everyone, so you can, so if it is enabled, so these conversation that you are making with the model, so they will be used for the training purpose. Okay, but if you don't want ChatGPT to utilize it, or the OpenAI to use your conversation for training their own models, so you can disable it. Okay, so if you disable it, so these conversation will remain private and they won't be used for any model training purposes. Okay, similar for voice mode. Okay, and yeah, I think this is pretty much common, you get everywhere something like this. Then security, pretty much it. Then also parental control, similar to any other app we have got, right? There's one thing that I wanted to talk about, which is, I think that's it. Yeah. So all in all, ChatGPT is like a great assistant. So currently, if you are learning something, or if you want to do research about something, so it's a great platform, because here it has a it has a large database of different topics and everything. Like you can ask it about anything and it would know. And if you think that something ChatGPT does not know, you can also like have that conversation. So the the OpenAI can use those conversations to train their model to get better on few things. So I remember when OpenAI launched ChatGPT in two years back. So it was not very good with reasoning, but with the later models, the reasoning things has also very improved a lot. So if you see, there are different models that have been like released till now. So right now the latest version is 5.1, and there are other also. So auto is basically, so sometimes what happens, so if you want to do research, so it takes longer time. So right, so there are the three different modes that we have right now. Auto, it depends on the conversation if it takes time or not. Second is instant, you don't want a model to think too much or research too much. Next is thinking, so it takes a bit longer. Model goes like into a thinking stage. Basically it will evaluate different documents that it has, and then it will reach to a conclusion. Okay, so it's a bit lengthy process. We have some more like legacy models, ChatGPT 5 instant thinking 4o. Okay, so these are the different models. So you have like some previous models as well. So if you want to like see what other models out there, so you can just simply check the. So right now we have 5.1, we have 5 GPT-5 mini, GPT-5 nano, right? So these are all the models. ChatGPT 4.1, it's a very like good model that like change a lot of things for OpenAI. So yeah, this is how you can work with it. So, but today we are talking about how we can utilize this ChatGPT as an assistant. So so for example, right now we are learning about ML and Python. So how you can utilize it to learn that and to build projects. So one thing which is very important, so right now in every, I think in tech industry there is a term which is called vibe coding. So it's a very famous term, vibe coding. So it's something like if you ask ChatGPT to build you a website, so it can do that like in minutes. It can, you can ask like build me a website similar to, let's say, Netflix. So it will do it. It will do that. But the concepts or the changes if you need in the future, the ChatGPT might not be very good with it. So you need to do a lot of debugging, which is not good, which isn't good because you do not know the concept. So it's always good to know the concept, then use ChatGPT or some other LLMs that are out there like Gemini. We have Perplexity, Claude, to have them as an assistant. Okay, do not blindly believe in it because these things are still getting updated, or their memory is also updating, right? So you do not go blindly with it, because if something breaks in the future you might not know where to look because you did not made the code, right? So use it as assistant. uh, take help do help Take help to do things quickly, but do not completely rely until now. Okay, right now, till now we don't like, we cannot say if some. So if you see here also it says that ChatGPT can make mistakes, so do not trust it blindly. Do your due diligence and then take decisions. Okay. Okay, so let's try this example. For example, you want to create a mini project using ChatGPT. So we need to create a simple page. Okay, so this is how you can work with it. So simple. I want to create a minimal index.html page with a heading ChatGPT assistant demo and a short paragraph explaining what was this page is about, and add like basic styling. So if I just paste it, to see what happens. See, it is creating me the page. I don't need to remember the tags, I don't need that, but you should know about it, what tag is doing what. Okay, see, this is how it has read that your minimal index.html page with some styling has been created. Okay, now you can, how you can run it, you can maybe create a HTML page or here, or see, here is an option to just do preview. See, this is how you can work with ChatGPT. Okay, so this is a very basic example, but you can do like big things, better things with it. So for example, you want to create, like we were discussing about creating a like a like building a website similar to Netflix. So if you run it, let's see what happened here. how access. See, this is how you can work with it. Good. So this is how you can work with ChatGPT. Just remember that you are also understanding the concepts. Okay, so this is how basically you can work with it. Is trying to connect to the network if you don't recognize any of these requests. So just be careful. So these are like very basic things, but if you're not sure about something, don't do it. Okay, you can like stop your preview from here as well. Okay, this is how you can work with it. Okay. Next we'll talk about, I hope it is clear how you can work with ChatGPT and things like that. Okay, next, so more things what you can do, like we talked about, like we can generate code, explain errors, rewrite logic or something like that. We can also learn the tech concept, but do not like blindly believe on it. So if you are learning something, for example you are learning HTML, I would still ask you to, like suggest you to go with the HTML official documentation rather than blindly trusting ChatGPT or some other LLM. Okay, next we have like debugging. So for example you're working on a project and you come across some issue or error, some dependency error or something like that. So you can like help, you can take help from the ChatGPT to help you like debug that error. You can use that for content writing. You can create drafts, blogs, you know. So for example you are working in a telemarketing job where you need to write a lot, so you can use ChatGPT to create those templates for you. You can use it for idea generation, you can use it for like brainstorming for different projects or things like that. You can use it for automation, like you can create scripts, flows, commands and templates, right? So basically it's like a full productivity companion. It's not just you can use it using like you can only use it as an assistant or something like that. You can literally do whatever you can with it. So it's like a companion. It's like a, if you're learning something, it's like a learning companion. If you're building something, it's like a building companion. So yeah, treat it like that and you will do like wonders with it. uh, Recently like OpenAI released, I think in the near future they are going to release a new model, so you can work with it. So it's pretty cool. You can also see what new features have been added and things like that. Okay, so pretty good if you like work with it. And there's also a developer side. You need to create the API keys and everything. For that you need like a paid subscription. So there this pricing and everything comes into picture. Okay, but for the free version of with the Go version, if you upgrade it to the Go version as well, so you don't need to pay or something. But yeah, okay, so this is it about ChatGPT, how you can work with it, how you can take help and do things better. But I'll still suggest, do not like rely on it blindly. Always, if something is important, always do your due diligence and verify it with the official sources. Okay, next we'll talk about something called EduArena. So EduArena is like a AI powered learning platform designed to keep students across all subjects using GPT style models basically. So this is like a proper, if you want, if you are a student, if you are learning something, so then this is a proper site for you. Like you will get answers, you will get explanations, like the reasoning behind it and things like that. So basically a tutor with you. Okay, key features is like it has like a subject wide help, math, science, coding, writing, etc. AI tutoring with multi agent systems and things like that. Okay, so a few things to remember about this EduArena. So it's created by a company called Turing. So it's a huge company that provide sources, like that provide data intelligence to all the major companies that we have got right now, like Google, OpenAI, or things like that. Okay, so it is a project by Turing. So be like, so this is a relatively new website. I think they released it few months back or something like that. And yeah, treated it as any new AI platform. Okay, so one thing I think I forgot to talk about is uh like disclosing your personal information with the model. So try to avoid it. Try to avoid giving any sensitive data like any PII, your card mobile number, your credit card details, your personal address, things like that. Okay, so it's like a question you should do on your end. You should never disclose such things, not just to the models, I think to the internet as well. You should not do that. Okay, so because your security is ultimately in the end it's on your hand. Okay, so just be careful about it. uh, why it may be useful for you, because it like helps you to explain different concepts and things like that. And also, the reason why I am recommending you to use this EduArena. So let's quickly have a go look through about it. So here you can start. This is how you can start your chat. Again, it's like a bot like. Okay, so for example, just say give me sum of 2 plus 2, something like that. So this is how you can work with it. Okay, then we have something called EduHub. So because it is created for students, so it has like those streaks, the continuity and things like that. So this is something. Also, this also has like a one beautiful feature, which is like break a model and get paid. So if you come across something where model is incorrect or it is not giving the right answer, so you can like submit your thing and be eligible to earn something. So it's like similar to the edu sort of websites out there. Okay, next is if you come across any bug on this platform, you can submit that. Next, if you want some feature, you can also request those features as well. Toggle theme, it's very pretty much it. Yeah, okay. So important thing that I wanted to discuss is something called here. See, so first we have like a smarter route. So basically it will automatically routes your query to the best model. Next we have 2x tutor. So here if you do something like 2 plus 2, see you will have responses from two different models. Okay, so you can work with it. So if you for example, you are doing things for assignment, if you are creating an assignment, so you can also choose which particular model is explaining it better, and you can work with that explanation. Okay, next we have something called side by side. Side by side is something where you want to uh, compare two different models. For example, I have like these many models. So these are Claude is given by Anthropic. So these are major stakeholders right now we have uh, in the tech industry. Anthropic, OpenAI, Google, Gemini. Okay, so these are the major stakeholders that we got right now. So you can work with it. For example, I want to compare, let's say, Claude with Gemini Pro. Okay, so let's say I have this question with me. It's a pretty much simple. So a function is defined as this and answer these questions. So let's say if I pass this and I just do this, so you see, so this is the answer, which is by Claude Haiku model, and this is by Gemini 2.5 Pro. And it will take a time because it is loading and things like that. So give it a minute or something like that, and it will show you the output. Okay, and depending on which one you like better or which one the explanation make much sense to you, you can work with it. Okay, then there's this section which is like which is better, or you can like it's optional. You want to, if you want to select it'll help with the training. Okay, otherwise you can ignore it as well. Okay, so this is how it is. So one thing I would like to say, so because EduArena, it is created for mostly for the tutoring purposes, so it does not work with the images, I think. Okay, it works. Okay, I don't think it works with the images. And like, as much as I know, it does not work with images, but yeah, you can work with images if it can. But if you see ChatGPT, it works with images. For example, you ask it to, let's say, draw me an image of cat, for example. See, it will create an image of cat, but I'll like to say thing that it is still not pretty much good with images. So we have something called Sora. So if you see here, so the core concept we have, like, for text generation, ChatGPT is great. Code generation, ChatGPT is great. Then we have images and visions. ChatGPT is good, but you cannot say it is great. Okay, same goes for audio and speech. It is good, but it's not great. So they are still working on it. So see, it has created me an image of cat. But let's say if I ask it to, like, change the color of eyes to be, let's say, purple. So you will see there is a little things that's there, it's still not pretty good with, but it is like pretty, like, almost good, but you won't uh, be much dependent on it for images. It does not work with images pretty good, but it can still work, like if you want to create some basic things and things like that, it is still pretty good. It can work with your PDFs, your Excel sheets. So if you have like some data you want to analyze, so it works great. It has great analysis power. It has great with reasoning recently, and they are also very less on hallucination. So it's pretty good, ChatGPT. And similarly we have Gemini as well. um, we have something called Google Gemini. So this is also pretty good, another model. So if you are not comfortable with ChatGPT or something, it's pretty good now. Purple, yeah. So you will see, like, with complexity uh, in the description, the images sometimes it's not uh, sometimes can be inaccurate. Okay, just something to keep in mind. Similar we have like Google Gemini. So what I have realized with Google Gemini, it is pretty good with image. For example, turn, make a key. But yeah, so basically this is how you can work with it. Okay, Gemini or GPT, or we have like Cloud, we have Perplexity. So there are a lot of models you can work with it. Okay, so the whole purpose of this video is how you can utilize them as an assistant to you. So whatever you want to do, if you want to, like, uh, write some blogs or some content creation, you can utilize LLMs to help you out. I wouldn't uh, I wouldn't like believe or just stay on them 24/7 about it, but you can utilize them as assistant. You can, like, have them for brainstorming, and you can use them for coding, for learning purposes and things like that. So it's great. Okay, you don't need to do everything from the scratch. Don't need to, if you want to build a website, you do not need to create HTML pages or, like, do everything from the scratch. You can use help, you can take help from these LLMs, and yeah, use them as an assistant, like a junior intern that you got. Right, so it's pretty much good. Okay, and as we go into the AIML series, you will see me using uh, these LLMs for help. Okay, I think that's all for today. Thank you so much for your time.